Meet you.
Morning. Okay. Yeah, cool. 5 minutes, starting the roll.
Can't hear you, man.
You sound like you're underwater, whoever that is.
Really? Jesus. No, no, no. Negative, negative.
Negative.
This 15-minute on gold broke the high of the previous one and the low. This close is crucial. Let's see what they're expecting for retail sales there. Ooh, we got catch CPI as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're expecting good numbers for core retail sales.
Your CAD's doing pretty good at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Let's all move to Canada. Hey, Chris.
How you doing, bud?
Good, you?
I'm getting over the flu-ish.
I was going to say, you feeling better?
Yeah, I feel a lot better, mate. Not too bad. Did a bit in the gym last night, so I'm trying to sweat it all out. So.
Nice. Yeah, I just come back from the gym this morning. Jeez, did like a circuit class. Whew.
Well, that'll kill it off.
That knocked some of the cobwebs off, I tell you.
What are you calling today then?
We're looking at gold. It's doing almost exactly the same as it did yesterday.
Yeah, I see the same. Yep.
So 15 minutes, kind of creating resistance at like 1484, say top. Yeah, and it's just holding that at the moment. I mean, even if we get a fill with that big wick, 15-minute candle, we've got like 20 pips.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yep, makes sense. There's been some dodgy moves this morning already.
Yeah, GBP died this morning on,
big time.
on all the
recovered pretty quickly.
press, which is kind of waiting for.
Yep.
And then it flipped all the way back. So who knows?
Recovered ever so quick. That kind of bounced off Friday's highs as well. I don't know if you saw that, but that was kind of Friday's highs. It kind of rejected that level twice.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Now, I don't know if you look on GJ Daily, it's done 2 perfect daily retests.
Yeah, massively. Yep.
Like that first bearish candle, rakeel.
Yeah.
Big wick there, so it retested that zone, and then today's candle, if you look left,
Right there.
yeah,
Right there, yeah.
like it's respecting levels, lovely.
Yeah. It's a perfect stepper scenario, isn't it? Just bit by bit.
But I don't know. It's scaring me a little bit, this move.
Yeah, like you said yesterday, it's just it's dodgy, isn't it? With all the stuff going on right now.
Yeah. I'm tempted to put sell stops below today's candle and buy stops above yesterday's high.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Did you see the news this morning? Boris said about asking for an extension if you don't get things done by the weekend.
Yes.
Yeah. So that'll have an impact.
The one thing that he said he wasn't going to do.
Yeah, that's
So.
I don't know whether that would give any kind of negativity, but I'm not sure.
Well, the markets tend to from what I've noticed, the markets tend to rally on anything against a no deal. So
Yeah.
so that would mean no deal. It's not going to be a no deal. So
Yeah, it's still a
price
deal, isn't
should
it? Yeah.
price should rally.
Yeah.
The markets want anything but a no deal apparently. So
Yeah, that's what it's
Theory.
looking like so far.
All right.
should push.
This chart here, EJ, you're right. It's stuck in the range here. Absolutely right.
How's the keyboard with kill?
Pretty good.
Decent.
Yeah.
Have you got flashy ones?
No, it's a 2-in-1, like a mouse and a keyboard. So I got the keyboard, I got the mouse for free.
Yeah,
Does
the
the
mouse
keyboard
was-
light up?
No.
Thinking about getting one of those. Just I don't know why.
Just because you can.
I don't know why I want one, but you know, something to look at, isn't it? While I'm sat here.
Yeah.
Rakeel,
Hey,
I have a question.
Yeah.
On EJ. Although it's stuck in a range, it still has a range of 40 pips. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Like
Should
to-
I wait?
like to go
It
down?
says- Sorry?
Like to go down?
Yes.
Well, I was looking at EJ here earlier too, and it seems like on the 1 hour you have like some sort of a support here, and then it's like what you've drawn, right? And then 1 hour is respecting this resistance right here. So I mean, if this breaks down, you're possibly looking at like a move till maybe like 119,600, because as the price comes down, you're correct in saying that there is this clean candle here to the left. This one, right? Oh, fuck, bad drawing. This one, but as price comes down, you're looking at this level here too, because this clean candle generally doesn't mean that price is going to go all the way down, right? Because it's obviously there will be some sort of issues. So maybe this is where you might have some issues. 119,600.
And is the currency pair Euro JPY, is it a bullish or bearish currency? Or is there any news on it? Do you know that?
If you look at Forex Factory, there's no news on Euro so far, but talking about like bullish or bearish, like what do you mean?
Like for example, on GBP JPY, we know that Brexit is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So people are quite bullish about GJ. So I would expect it would be going up. But on EJ, I don't really have a feeling if it's going up in the future or maybe down.
Well,
What to expect.
yeah, well, that's why we do technical analysis, right? I mean, the only thing about Brexit is that it's being delayed, is it? I think it's being delayed.
Well, it's not decided yet, but it might.
Yeah.
Potential to be delayed. If they don't get a deal done by the weekend, then they're going to ask for delay.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why the pound is heading up, because like the tension about Brexit is less right now. That's why you're seeing a move up. When you're talking about EJ, it's not about if there's any news to push EJ up and down. Like the reason we do technical analysis is that we have support and some sort of a I would say a stronger resistance is going to be up here at 120, 100. So now you're just hitting and see if it breaks support. The next safe target should be around 119,600, and that's the trade you should be aiming for.
Yes.
Right? If on the other hand it breaks up, then you're looking left to see, okay, we've broken up now, where can we head off to?
Yes.
So when you're following price action, a number of things can happen. News can come in, some breaking news can happen, so it's all about following the price, like where the price is in zones and stuff like that. So this chart you shared, this is good. This is
Thanks.
like you're waiting for a break, a retest, and then continue down.
Yes, I forgot to put the zone in where I would place my take profits. But what you said is absolutely correct on Yeah, over there, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to do that though now, just to make
Yeah.
zones so you know where your target is.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, if you look on daily on EJ, wouldn't you say that EJ is in a bullish momentum and the previous daily just broke the strong?
Yeah. So we're just waiting. We're waiting to see if it rejects it or it respects it.
Okay.
Well, if it
Yes.
breaks it or respects it.
Okay, yeah.
But so far, we don't know whether it's gonna go up or not. But like looking on the daily, it makes sense. Even looking on the 4 hour, it makes sense because this was resistance last week.
But it's still not confirmed. That's the thing, isn't it? It's there. It's got to a good point. We can make a choice where we're going now, but
Yeah.
it's not obvious yet.
Oh.
Sorry, that was my guard dog.
Did a good job.
Yeah. He scares the shit out of me more than he does them.
Sent my video.
Yeah.
For EJ to go up from here, it will need to prove that it's going to respect this support. It's the only reason EJ is moving up. How do you manage GJ if you were on 137.85? 137.8. I will not manage GJ because GJ is not at 137.85. GJ is at 138.425. I mean, stop making up these situations. What if it was here? What would happen? Like, focus on what's happening now.
Unless that's when they went in.
Yeah, that's how I interpreted it.
Yeah, maybe that's when they entered.
Yeah, like maybe they're sitting long. They learn what to do.
Yeah.
Take profits.
Break even at least. For sure.
Yeah.
What's this?
A lot of people made a lot of pips this week on GBP.
Yeah.
Sure.
1 hour close bearish, then retest and down.
I still like GJ to be fair. After the way it reacted to the news, just coming up so quick. Just for the news that's coming, you never know.
I feel like it's gonna get really hard to trade GJ.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of did similar yesterday though, and then just jumped out, didn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna get really hard to trade GJ. I mean, all I want price to do something like go down, create a low, come up, so I can take a trade to go down till this retest, or to make a high, come down, create a support, and go up to make a retest. But this situation here, it's not like that at all.
No. Because the news candle's a big spike one, is that right?
Yeah.
That would have been, yeah. I mean, that tested that zone perfectly. If you take out the news spike, it made it back to the top pretty easy, didn't it?
Yeah.
gold, eh? Gold's rolling. I think it's going down to try to test the 1481 area again. 1481.50. Do you see the first push this morning when it actually did break 1481.50, but it pulled right back?
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, I got taken out at break even on that trade. I thought that was going to be it.
You always think that's going to be the goal. You always think it is. And it's like, nope.
Yeah, because it dropped below, right? I was watching it. I was like, man, if it breaks 1481.50, we might have some good momentum to break 1481, and then the daily would flip. And then I was like, okay, well then we're sitting in a nice trade, right? I got risk-free right away because obviously that's a strong support, and it pulled back and it took me out.
And it goes up, not today.
Yeah, it's like, sorry.
Every time.
But I like how price is forming right now. Like, just watching the 5-minute and the 15-minute. It's forming some nice structure on 1483. 30-minute.
Yeah,
About to closing soon.
Yeah, 1 hour as well.
Yeah, I was just now myself. Yeah.
I'd love to see the hour flip though. That would be the thing. Push a little lower and at least have the hour flip and close bearish.
The last,
Right now it's a bit indecision.
last 3 hour rejections are like 1485-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, if this 1 hour closes like this doji candle, the next one will pull up a little bit and then we should head down. Feel that wick on a 15-minute, no problem.
Yeah, my
Feel this
cells
1 hour candle wick.
my cells might get activated here on gold soon.
Yeah, I was thinking about putting sell stops in at like below this last 15-minute candle,
Yeah, I have cell stops at
like 1482.
1480, 180.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's close. That is close. I'm already in gold cells.
Nice.
I'm risk free now though. I'm risk free. I got in at 1482.96.
Right, when you're selling stops, so just remember that 15-minute window, was that what you were looking at?
Well, I was looking to see, because we were holding 1483, right? So we went down to try to break 1481, and we had some momentum going into it because we rejected 1485. So because it didn't break, I figured we're going to need to pull back and get some more liquidity to then gain some more momentum to break 1481. So it came back up and it rejected 1483 on the 15-minute. And then the next candle shot up and then it closed back down below 1483, but it created a bottom wick as well. So to me, I figured if I could get in around here, I can set my stop around 1483.750 and, see whatever happens from there.
Yeah, good shout. Yeah, it's good.
I'm risk free now though, because, we're in like dangerous territory. It could just turn around at any point.
Yeah, for sure. That's gold all day long.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Rakeel, you're getting close.
Yeah, it's got to be on now, no?
It should be activated, yeah. You gotta be
It's
activated.
activated already.
Uh-oh. It's real.
Yeah, last 4 minutes of the hour is going to push down.
I was just thinking
Oh, the hour flipped.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
Right.
Tends to happen near the end of it. I'll get some movement.
Yeah, the real move's coming when 1478 breaks though.
Yeah, that's what I was looking
Oh,
at
yeah.
on my zones actually. That's what I
Then
was.
we're talking.
Yeah. I think it's like 78.6, I think it was. Ish.
Man, if 78 breaks though, like we're going into the 1474, 1475 area with some serious momentum.
Yeah.
Like that could break too. Because that's a pretty decent ways away right now. So if we're going there, like,
Well,
we could be filling that weekly
we've
wick.
been talking all week, haven't we, about filling that wick at 1460, like the
Yeah,
weekly
yeah.
wick.
Yeah.
That's
I think the way it happened like the day before and today, yesterday and the day before, with the drops the way they did. So,
All right.
we were. If we could get another drop like that again today, it's on its way.
Uh-oh, we are activated.
Yeah.
Oh jeez. We were just talking about that.
Yep.
You should be good, Rico. I think this last couple of minutes of the 1 hour candle should push down.
Oh.
Oh, that's it.
No, I'm trying to drag my stop loss down. You know? Come on.
Wix, don't lie, I'm done for the day. I was in GP Cat cells when you opened the channel, and now my runner is... Oh, nice. How would you describe GJ? I think GJ is a mess.
Busy.
Yeah, GJ is busy.
That's the word.
That's how it...
It's thorns, man.
Yeah. GJ is super busy. I mean, if you look on gold daily, man, if this daily flips with the retail sales and we get a wick fill on the daily at 1477,
Yep.
this will be the best.
That would be a good day.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're aiming, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're going.
And this looks good now because the 30-minute candle is closing bearish. You know, and if this 30-minute candle closes bearish, the next one should wick up and continue bearish.
Yeah,
Because...
I like the wick at 74.
Yeah.
That's got potential. I think.
So if gold is going to go bearish, then obviously, you know, the next candle should make a lower high and a lower low.
Yeah.
Something like maybe like this would be good.
Makes sense.
Yeah, let's see what happens. How can I put notifications on MT4 on phone? I think you'll have to YouTube that.
Well, I don't think you can, actually.
Alex, let's see here. Gold, waiting for next 30-minute candle to close to give buy confirmation. Okay, perfect. Alex is looking for buys. I think this was...
Okay.
Very
Good luck.
Bye account.
No, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Worried.
Right, let me just call Goldman's, find out what's going on.
Gold 30-minute daily flip bearish. Oh, look at that.
I mean, Tech could just make a call quick, I think. Spot on.
Yeah, gold mate, come on. Wow, GJ pulled back hard, man. Jesus.
Oh, news.
Oh, is that news bad for gold?
Oh, news flashing up.
Whatever news
Gold
that is.
retail sales shouldn't affect gold.
Quick, sell it.
Wow. See that? That's why you wait for candles to close. Look at GJ. Fucking thing flipped. Did EJ go? But
Same thing it did the other day.
Yeah.
All the way down and then pull all the way up.
I just closed out some of my positions. That was a nice job.
Sucks. I got stopped out, but I'm gonna re-enter.
With that big one that come down earlier?
Oh yeah. I got stopped out. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably re-enter just above 139, 200. So I'll let the dust clear in this area because I think 138, like in this region here, there's a lot of traffic. So I'll probably look for above 139 and then take an entry. And that should carry us probably to 141.
You'll be concerned about that wicket, 31.3 something. I think I was looking at
I'm looking at the weekly,
okay, yep.
and I just think that more than likely we're gonna probably hit 140 first after 139,227,
I'll see what you're saying. Yeah.
and then basically fill the next gap up, which would be 141,550.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, so we'll wait to see how that plays out.
Even a move above 139, 150.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 200. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, 200 and something.
Yeah, because essentially, if you when you mark it up and you go back, I'll show you what I'm looking at. Yeah, so like you can see, like this area here will be the first one to complete, and then eventually this area over here.
Yeah, it's just that bit in between. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah, this piece here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bit I was a little bit like, not so sure about that.
It's just what I've noticed is most times when we're going back up, we'll hit the upper part of the zone. So we won't hit we'll sort of pass through the bottom parts and we'll hit the upper parts.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So.
This is kind of going back a little bit. I'm going back to my older days, my longer term holds and stuff. And I think,
well, yeah, because I mean, it makes sense. I mean, we're getting stopped out. And then it's just continuing trend, right? Like this morning's stop out, like I got stopped out, and then it just pulled back into trend.
It was instantaneous the way. That's what I said earlier. So to get it to come back that quick, so straight. There's no wasn't good, but
yeah, because essentially what this does is this does this now. This creates a zone here, so everything's going to be bouncing off into this zone, and then it'll fly. So we're basically creating liquidity at that point to bounce around there. So that's why I'm waiting. I think you might have a couple more instances of a drop, and then.
Yeah, I was trying to think whether we could come back with for decent entries for a longer term hold, and I wasn't sure whether because it bounced off that Friday.
Yeah.
Hold, so I don't know whether we'll get back down there again.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that's why I have to wait to 139 now, because originally this was my zone here that I was taking entries to go up to 139 and then hold, because now we're coming into the part of the market where once you get into 139, we're almost coming back into the regular cycle of the market. If you look at the weekly, there's a weekly wick that we've just tapped into back in January 13th, the week of January 13th. We've now officially filled the flash crash wick, and now we're pulling back into the weekly cycle. So there may be one more pullback, and that next pullback, we should probably aim to go back up into like a long-term play. We're going to aim to go back into probably 145 based on the weekly.
Because that was the first target, was that Whitfield. So
right.
That was my first target as such, which we met, which is good. But I didn't know whether we'd get a pull back down to like 37.5 or something.
Well, the problem is now all my entries that I've been looking for, now I have to watch GJ a little closer because it's coming close to 139, and the entries from 133, 134, 135, 137, like those entries that I had, those were like gimmies. Like we know that we're going to go back up into the range, but now once we go into 139, we're going to really be bouncing around pretty hard in those levels. So it just sucks because I wanted to hold my position, because once we get into 139 and 140, 141, it could whipsaw back and forth like $2. And then you're basically stuck at that point.
No, that's right. Yeah.
Gold is holy shit.
Yeah, GJ's just a
Yeah.
Simon screamed and gold pulled back.
Having trouble with 1481.
Yeah. Close 3 positions.
Good morning. You in gold sales right now, review?
No, I'm in USD ZAR buys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Solomon called that one.
Simon called it?
Yeah, he got the ZAR news.
Yeah, gold.
Gold's going to fill this 4-hour wick.
Yeah.
That daily should dump with retail sales.
It's going to dump. We already knew that earlier. We said that last night, that the top wick was being formed, and then we're going to drop. This GJ is being ridiculous right now.
It's just so bouncy all morning.
And
Well,
it's twitching around, gold. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, somebody's saying something somewhere.
I was just thinking, I wonder if there's news or something happening right now, because all morning it's kind of been doing the same on GGS, like literally like jumping up and down, not smooth moving. I think I'm going to take the safe playing gold under 78. Get it from there.
I want to see how we get to 78.
Yeah, because if it gets momentum by the time it gets to there, I think I'll have the easy one, if that makes sense, and then fill that from wherever it was, 11, 12, 11.
What's this? Gold should come up after this drop to test 1486. Wow. Interesting.
Really, every time frame is rolling over right now.
Trade with Ghosty. Well, let's see. The only way gold is going to come up to retest 1486 is if the retail sales data is really, really bad. Then gold's going to come up.
I can't see the data being really bad though.
I was going to say, I've not opened my news yet. When is that today?
8:30.
Well, okay. Well.
I can't see it being too bad though, you know, because September to December, those are like holiday months, back to school. There's a lot of shopping being done, you know?
Yeah, it's not even about like shopping. It's also that the big stores, they are stocking, like they've already stocked up for the holidays, but they're still buying stuff for the holidays just to keep stuff in stock. Like I know in our malls, like stores are buying inventory a lot.
Christmas already, yeah.
Yeah, so these months are really, really high sales months.
So do you think these months affect NFP positively? Seasonal jobs being created?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, it does. Also, what we've seen is that in the past, you know, like 2-3 years, these end months of the year, gold generally goes bearish because the retail sales are high, the unemployment numbers are up because like more people have jobs, more people spending money. But then as January and February rolls around, you know, then the economy starts to slow down because like people get their bills in the mail, you know, they got their hair card bills, and then, you know, there are less sales at that point. So just based off of that and looking at the technicals on gold on the daily and the weekly, it's just indicative that this weekly should be continuing down. What's the day today? Oh, Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday is a power day.
I find the class it's Tuesday because Monday doesn't really count.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
One thing I'm happy about is that the entry now looks sick.
Yep.
man, I'm gonna Instagram my entry.
For the ground.
Like I said, I'm starting a signal service. I'm gonna tell everybody that I knew gold was gonna turn around. I just knew it, and then that's it. $200 a month.
Well, it was funny because when we saw it last night with gold, there was no way that it was actually going to go back up. It was more of just like it was bouncing back up to go down. The little moves that it did before that, those were like nothing last night. Like last night, I wouldn't have taken buys at all. I would have just waited for the wick to be formed, and then it'd be a pure sell-off.
Yeah, they were downward up moves.
Yeah.
One thing I'm watching gold for is a retracement, because if price comes back to my entry, I'm going to close them at break even, because the last thing I want is a profitable position to go in negative.
Yeah, I think you're good. I think we're dropping all the way down to 1478 today.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that, 10 pips.
Do you think? I think we were just talking a minute ago. I don't know if you heard, but do you think if we get to 78 today in that time, we'll have the momentum to continue to 74 and fill that with previous whip from?
I think you might get a tap to 74 rather quickly and then pull back. But 78 is a very reasonable target right now. 78 is a super easy target because you have a huge liquidity zone right here.
Yeah.
You have a huge zone there. So it's going to come back to fill that area. Worst case, it fills this area first, right? So right around over here, maybe you have to sort of watch a bit, but more than likely it's coming to here, right? So you got a good group.
Yeah, I secured 10 pips. I'm letting my runners run now.
Good work, dude.
Yeah. GJ still stuck. EJ still stuck. UJ still stuck.
Come on, Gold. Break this low.
Next 15 minutes. Next 15 minutes you'll get the push. This one is going to pull back a bit because of the end of the 15-minute candle.
Did you get in as well, Solomon?
Wait for me.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, good work.
Yeah, this GD chart looks good. Waiting for a break up.
Yeah.
Nice. Ooh, someone got these buys. I didn't realize how romantic gold was. Well, gold can pick up the belt really fast.
Hell yeah.
You wanna try to sell me? You trying to sell me?
Goldie's worst nightmare sometimes.
Man, I started when I get like 5-6 pips in profit on gold, just moving my stops to break even. I've seen way too many times it goes like 5-6 pips in profit. I'm looking for like 10-15, and then it'll just turn back around and come and stop me out.
Yep.
I noticed the best trades will just go into profit and stay in profit. They won't come back and stop me out. So.
Yeah.
Proper trade on gold like that one yesterday. Well, whenever it was, 100 pips or whatever. Once it starts going, you're fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you've got these ones are the ones that can kind of just jump at any point and just instantly back to break even. Or worse if you're not quite there.
Yeah, and those trades, they really set you up for a day or two.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if you're smart with gold and you just take bits and pieces and like you said, you let your runner go when it runs, that's the trade that you get, you know, your 60, 70, 80 pips. Like just letting your runner run. It's not hunting 70 pip moves, it's letting the market do the work at that point. Because like gold is too erratic. Gold will do stupid things very fast. So like when I always laugh when people are trying to plan out these huge moves with gold. It's so hard, and you really need to protect your capital all the time, like stop loss in place right away. Otherwise, you're just going to get burned. Yeah, it's just not worth it.
Just about getting in the momentum at the right time. That's kind of it. Having an idea.
Yeah, and the thing is, I've been stopped out so many times in gold, like with like 4 or 5 pips, and it's frustrating. Because you can see the move forming, but you don't want to go into a 40 or 50 pip drawdown to hopefully get that move up, right? You rather just get into like your normal drawdown of 10 pips maybe or 5 pips and then let the trade run. Like gold right now, like if you got that entry, you're like in a maybe a 1 or 2 pip drawdown, right?
Yeah. Well, the amount of times I've got stopped at, I'll be millionaire by now. It's just
100%. Same thing with me. It's like we see the move and it just stops you out every single time. You get used to it. And then when you have the one good runner, you just hold it. That's all.
Yeah, they're the ones that makes up for all of them. They don't. Yeah. As long as you're not losing, that's it.
Yeah, because that's what people do. People hold on to gold expecting those big moves, and then afterwards they get burned. And it's like, don't do that to yourself. Just keep taking wins and securing the wins. Don't try and grab those losses.
Yeah, I'm struggling now finding anything on golf because I was on GJ at the time. I don't think there's
People are asking what the reasoning, the rationale for sells were. Well, here's a whole bunch of rejection to the upside. The daily's flipping bearish, and the new 15-minute candle opened at 7 a.m. and it was a good draw. I mean, I don't know how much more difficult, how much easier that trade could be.
Yeah, I mean, look at every time frame. Every time frame is bearish.
Man, we came on. I told what my sell stops were. Simon said when he entered, and executed like yesterday, and just same thing as yesterday, basically.
What's the story behind the daily gold candle? Well, the daily gold candle is going bearish.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, you know, the only thing is I didn't expect it to do a retest at 1486.
Yeah.
I was expecting like 1484.
That was the previous nearly the 4 hour. 4 hour zone now, was it? Well, just about 87, I think.
Yeah.
It was aiming. That was like a 4 hour. What was it?
Yeah, we talked about that pretty extensively yesterday in the Asian session.
It was nice to see the analysis played out, though.
Looks like GJ's about to ready to take off too. Should probably hit 139.
I'm just reading a few tweets here.
About Boris's thing.
Yeah, DUP said to have privately accepted Boris Johnson's customs proposal, so that's positive.
It was positive, yeah.
Barnier briefing to EU ambassadors delayed to 1500 today. So, are they about to announce something?
I think we're getting close, mate, because they said at the start of this week it was going to be Wednesday when they announced it. But then it will change.
Got my buy stops in place.
Yeah.
Another 100 pips today.
Yeah.
We've got, like you said before, we've got to get back up into that 40 zone at some point. So it's going to come. But they did say at the start of the week, before they kind of started talking again, that by Wednesday they should have something they could talk about.
Easy comes, easy goes.
Alright, what's this chart? Oh, wow. Where'd you send this chart from? Your phone? Sorry, you can't look at this chart. Not going to look at that chart. It was too squished. Can't see anything.
Well, zoom in.
No. The only thing here is now this entire garbage here to the left.
Yeah, it's okay. Next half hour, we're fine. Well, you'll see the next the 30-minute, the opening at the next 7:30, it'll spike down, and then that's it.
I actually drew this magic candle, but it didn't quite get to where I had drawn.
Yeah, it's on its way.
Draw it again.
Let's draw the next one.
Redraw.
Yeah.
Next
The
one.
30-minute candle is just gonna basically do one of these things. Yeah, that's all it's gonna do. It's gonna.
Just drip.
I don't even think it'll have a wick. It'll just power down like that. And then what'll happen is
like
the wick will be at the bottom. Like you'll get a wick at the bottom there, like a big one, that'll pop back up if you don't close right away. And then people are like, "Oh, I just got stopped out." It's like, no, you have to remember.
Welcome to our world, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's what's gonna happen. So it's like it'll just pop down, and then you're okay. See, there you go. You just have to draw the wick on the screen, and it just.
Love it. Love that, Ted. Thank you.
About.
Oh, what? Nice.
That's good.
That's all you have to just draw it. See, it came into the first little zone, which we talked about, and now it'll bounce around there in the next 30 minutes. Maybe it'll bounce around, but now you should secure profits, and Call it a day.
I've secured profits. I'm letting a runner run, and nice day.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
What's up, guys? I see you're in profit already, coach.
Yes, coach.
Wow.
We won again today.
Kobe.
We don't screw around on here.
Wait.
GJ is moving pretty hard too, so if you're in GJ, you should be in huge profits as well.
I got GJ, that's why I missed goal because of that. So I'm following that.
Question is, do I hold it today?
Yes.
That's exactly what
Yes.
I just want to get there.
Oh, I'm just moving my stop with gold now.
This is where, yeah, you're right, Ted. This is where you should be securing profits and putting stops at break even.
Yep. Full
I
show.
gotta go. There's news at 8:30 I want to watch.
Wow, 20 pips, man. Damn.
This is the 40-year-old version. Full show.
For show.
Your girl is a whole full show. I watched that movie over the weekend. That's good.
What movie?
40-year-old virgin.
Oh, that is.
Yeah, see how it just pulls back like that? It's gonna stop everybody out now. And then the next 30-minute candle, boom shakalaka down again.
Quick, it's quick.
Yeah, that's why I tell people you just gotta make sure you close because you can see, and if you're learning how to trade and you can see where did we hit? We hit right there. That was our first area of contention. This is our second area of contention, right? So you have to make a decision. Is when it hits the first area of contention, sometimes it's good to close out because you got your profits, right? This is the struggle. Is you have to feel like if you had two positions and you had one running, then yeah, you close one and then you move your other stop to like break even over here or whatever, and then you can just let it do whatever it wants over here. But if you only had one position, you got to think to yourself, hey, that's like enough pips for me. You know, do you want to really play with gold going all the way back up again, right? So,
Yeah,
gotta-
it was 10 pips and the run.
yeah, just
because there'll be another opportunity if we break down from 1478. If we break that 1478.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to get in myself. I'll be looking
yeah,
at
and the other thing is too, you might find at 8 o'clock there might be a pull right back up into the 1480s.
I would love this 1 hour candle to just slam through 1478.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, don't do that because then
Yeah, actually, I wanted to hit 1479 flat.
this
Yeah,
is exactly the length of the magic candle we drew, actually.
yeah.
It's just-
That's a liquidity provider.
yeah.
It's moving the market.
That's true. It's all the timing of the market. You always know it like just before the 7:30 candle. There's always a nice push down, and then the next half hour will drive all the way back up. So,
Alright, so any pips on the runner, come on.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
yeah, we might be done before 8 o'clock. This is great.
I might just secure my runner. I'm at 30 pips on it.
Sergio, you're killing it, man.
Good job.
Sergio's
Very
from
nice.
Sergio's from Hamilton.
There's a few more.
Killing it.
Yeah, Raquel, if we weren't pussies, we would have been 30 pips as well.
Yeah.
But we waited
That's
for
true.
the candles to close.
Hey, I waited for the 15-minute to close, alright? I did wait for a candle close.
Dang, we did. So it looks like it's going to be like 2:30 and 4 o'clock, it says, for the cabinet meeting and stuff with Boris later on. This afternoon.
Get ready for the fireworks later then.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be the evening.
Wow, this is going to be the best highlight for today.
And we said, we literally came on and said, this is doing exactly the same as what it did yesterday.
Yeah.
It was so easy.
The only difference is I wasn't in yesterday.
That's true, yeah.
I'm in today.
How come?
I already took my trade in the morning and then
Oh,
I
yeah,
just watched. Yeah, I just
You already
watched.
took a buy, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a yeah, I had to buy. People message me, how come you profited on buys when it dropped? I'm like, wow, it was early in the morning.
It was a buy earlier. So I'm the same as you, though. So I think they ain't gold at all.
1479 flat. runner's at 15 pips already.
I closed the rest of my position.
Nicely done.
Gonna wait. I think if we break this zone, like if we break 1478.5, 1470.50 zone, or 1470 zone, 1478, I'm getting so confused right now. We should be okay. There's just a lot of congestion in this area. It's a bit scary because like when it gets back down into this area, look how it rips back up.
Just visualizing this 4-hour candle being like one of those ones we saw yesterday.
Yeah, if anyone could draw like a magic candle for new entry, that'd be spot on. That'd be cool. So we can make it go back to a good place.
This whole area, 1479, this is your trampoline right here. Either gold's gonna break it, or it's just gonna bounce around till retail sales.
Oh, retail sales. What time's that? In an hour?
In an hour, yeah.
Oh, okay, I think I'm gonna close in.
Yeah, I closed my runner too.
He who pulls out timely wins. Yes. Oh yeah, I think that's a very good thing. Because we take timely wins, small wins every day, and sometimes, you know, that win, it just becomes a golden egg.
No, it's without game strong.
Yeah, like for Ted yesterday, caught 2 golden eggs yesterday.
Oh Jesus, Ted bought a new house yesterday.
Yeah.
Actually, just one trade. That's good work, man.
Is better to close trade with gold before news. I think that's a great idea to close. I mean, if you have a runner running and if you want to let the runner run for news, you can do that with stops at break even. But this is where you should be looking to secure positions on gold.
Morning.
Good morning.
What's up?
How was your feeling today for gold?
I was sleeping. So no feelings today.
Ooh, this thing is dropping.
Yes. Facts.
Gold around.
Ted, are you buying a bus?
Playing Mario Kart.
Probably.
Hey, you know, if you guys enjoyed this trade, just give a thumbs up on the stream. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Look at that, free trades, free money for everybody. You just gotta have the balls to take it. Man, if I was a new trader, I would come to the stream every day and just copy the trades.
Do you know how many messages I got on Instagram yesterday? Can I copy your trades?
Yeah.
Can you help me with this?
I get them too. I just send them the link. I'm like, here, just do copy them. If you
I'll
want.
just do it all for you, shall I?
I just passed everyone Simon.
Want me to come over there, mate?
Crazy.
Help you click the buttons?
Yeah, I just like to speak Simon. Yeah.
And then I had some guy message me today. Just out of curiosity, you know, what would you expect our returns to be a month? Like 10%? I was like, man.
Based on your trades.
Our returns.
Based on your trades.
Yeah, our returns. I'm like,
Our included you in it.
Yeah.
What are we trading today?
What's this? Please explain GJ. GJ is a mess right now. Look for a trade on GJ above 139.200. GJ is a mess.
Yeah, I've got 4 stops. Yeah, above that.
Gold was actually the only trade. UJ popped up.
GJ's finessing hard.
Starting to watch your science videos. What's your opinion on them? I think those are really nice videos. You guys are happy with just 20 pips a day? Yep, I'm happy with that. The thing is, it's not about, I mean, when people like, okay, so when I first started to trade, my idea was to, like, you know, catch like 10, 15 pips, because like, that's what I saw when I started. But then as I started to learn more, my idea grew from like trying to catch 10 to 15 pips. It grew to, oh, I want to catch 100 pips, you know, or like 200 pips. But the probability of the times it happened was very, very low. Like the amount of times I'd catch 100 pips, you know, it just wasn't enough. I mean, if I would take 10 trades, maybe one will go up to 100. But if I would focus on 10, 15, a lot of my trades would go there. So it just made sense.
4-hour structure on gold looks so nice.
And it,
It looks so nice.
Trading is a vehicle that can slowly get you to where you want to be. It's like when you go to the gym and someone says, "Oh, you only do light weights?" Yeah, because those light weights is going to prepare you for heavy weights.
Not really.
Yeah, really. Like for someone who starts off,
Not really.
that dude in the gym yesterday, Matt, knew what he was doing, no?
What?
That dude in the gym yesterday.
Oh yeah, that dude. Yeah, I was about to punch him in the middle.
He had some good form. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, like his stroking was just too
You've got to respect that he's there, though, I guess.
And Simon said he's getting away from his wife, so that's, you know, I didn't want to approach him and ask him what his goal was. But I got my mom.
Goal is to stay out the
He's
house.
like just to get out of the house.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
okay, what's this?
Like
Thoughts?
literally, he went through every machine. Like he went from shoulder press, which was like his sitting stand, to doing pull-ups, and then back rows, then front rows, then bicep, tricep, but not a single weight. And he just did machines.
Thoughts on UJ? I think UJ is approaching this consolidation area here. This area here. So, like, you know, there's retail sales coming on. They're expecting, what are they expecting here? Yeah, so core retail sales they're expecting to be good. Retail sales kind of like break even. So we'll see what happens. Like, my bias is good retail sales. Also, when we're looking at from a technical perspective on UJ did break above this resistance. Actually, it's more clear on the 1 hour. It broke above this resistance at 108.740. So, I mean, if it stays above this area, there's a very high chance of it positive retail sales. We can push up into this next range between 108.800 and 108.900. That's only a 10 pip range, though. But it's UJ. UJ is like that old guy who's trying to cross the road and you're in the car and you're just like, come on, just hurry up. Yeah.
Beat the horn.
Yeah. Sometimes they stare at you, man. They stare at you. So do you use Forex Factory News? Yes. I use Forex Factory News.
Joe's pushing up.
Yeah. Yeah. So see, that was a very nice area to take for your profits.
Yeah, as soon as you reminded me of retail sales, I'm like, right, I'm out, because
Yeah.
it's going to break it or break it at retail sales when the news comes.
Yeah. I think it's before it as well. It's going to jump about a bit. I would have thought.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, that's my thought exactly how I chose the runner. Because I was probably grabbing some liquidity to go home for retail sales.
Yeah, I'm going to play a bit later on, I think, with that.
Mm-hmm. It's already at 1480. I'm good. I caught, 15 in the runner, 10 in the actual entry.
Okay, what's this? Sell stop here, 25th move to fill the wick. Yeah, that's sell stops Sell stop looks good. I think if you're going to place a sell stop for the news, you should wait at least 5 minutes before the news to decide where you're going to play. Because, like, look, there's an hour left for the news.
It's a long time, yeah.
Yeah, it's a long time left now. So, I mean, looking at gold, there's no trade because it bounced off support. EJ, no trade. GJ, no trade. UJ, no trade. Especially because there's news. So, perfect.
It's coming.
It's coming.
We made some profit this week. Are we going to play a few sell stops and buy stops and gold today or for the news?
No.
No, you're not going to do it?
No.
I'm not. I'm not doing it after NFP.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that
The other
today.
day with NFP, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's probably a bad call.
Yeah, I'm already up $1,000 for the morning. I'm just no.
Yeah, I mean, if you had those trades on gold and you got like even like 6 to 20 pips, I mean, that should be your trade of the day.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you need to really do too much more.
I forgot to do this.
Ted, are you buying a bus?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a serious look into buying a bus.
Really?
Yeah, I woke up and I was like, maybe I still want to buy a bus.
Plus.
Yeah, we were looking at the DuPont registry last night because I was figuring out how much my daily profit, what I could buy with it. and then there was a bus for 489,000 US, and I was like, I could just tour around the US, like, or Canada with like, you know, Uncle Ted on the side or Forex family.
Like Breaking Bad, just touring the US.
Yeah. And just have like meetings inside the bus. And I can come to your house for one-on-ones. Just park outside and sleep there.
Stay the night.
Yeah.
I think you should just go buy yourself your own plane, dude.
I don't have that net worth yet. That's another 10 years, I think, to get that net worth.
That's next level. That's
What is the cost of the plane? For like 5 millions more?
Well, I mean, if you get a new one, right, you're looking at like 30, 40 million.
Wow.
And then it's like 5 million a year to upkeep. So.
Really? That's much.
Yeah, because you gotta get a hangar, you gotta get you need mechanics, you need your fuel.
Yeah, it's not like just parking your garage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got a lot of work with that. So.
Wow.
Your waitresses.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Big stock.
Good looking waitresses.
Plus, I suppose you have to have a pilot.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah,
I know a guy actually. If you need a pilot, I know a guy.
Everybody has a pilot on payroll.
No, actually, it's a guy I went to school with.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a pilot now. Pretty sweet.
I think if I got to that level, I would have to be able to fly myself.
Well, this is interesting because when you figure out, you're like, how do rich people go broke? It's like doing stupid things like that, like buying a plane and doing that. Because I mean, when you think about it, right? Like when you first start out, you're like, I lived on what, like $1,000 a month, and it's like now suddenly it's like you can blow like 40,000 a month on stupidity, but it's like, why would you do that?
Yeah. Everyone lives to their means, man. Every time. Unless you're clever.
Yeah, it just never made sense to me. It's just I looked at it as like that's how people go broke because you can't stop that. Once you start, it's like a vicious cycle. Like if it's like when you start flying first class. Now I fly first class all the time, and it's like I'm looking and I'm paying like $800 for like a 3-hour flight, and I'm going the same place as the guy sitting behind me, one row.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you can't stop now. You just get used to it.
Yeah, but you're scared of flying over water.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. But it's just like when I take a flight now, like when I go to Miami, it's like 2.5 hours. It's like I sit first class. Yeah, the ticket's like only $600, but it's just like I'm so used to sitting there now.
Yeah.
You get that 6 extra inches.
Well, yeah, and you get the free food, and they come to give you waters and stuff like that. Like they attend to you, and they write your name down, and they address you by your name. And it's like really weird.
Right. But American Airlines and Delta, they still give you free food.
Oh yeah.
They give you peanuts and crackers.
No, but that's what I'm saying, right? Like you have the opportunity. It's just exactly what someone said. First class and coach land at the same time, and it's like, yeah.
Although first class, if you're big, it's worth it
To be fair, I'd rather die
for your legs.
So yeah.
Oh, looks like a lot of people made profit on gold sells. I'm getting a lot of messages.
Yeah, look at that pullback.
Whoa!
Holy.
Wow!
Didn't take profit.
Gold.
That's why you close.
I would love to see gold ranging up to the 1485 and then just taking a short position.
Oh fuck that! I'm staying away from gold now.
1484 and die with the retail sales.
Yeah.
That's just insane.
1484.
84, yeah.
Wow, it was a 28 pip move back up.
Wow.
I really want to know who's still holding everything on gold sells.
If you are, you're crying.
Yeah.
Everyone's done.
How do you break even fast while using depth of field? Well, I take my mouse over to my MT4 and I drag the stop loss to my entry, and then I drag my mouse back to whatever else I'm doing. I mean, if you have 10 positions open, then that's going to be a problem moving 10 stop losses. But if you have 2-3 positions, then it'll be pretty easy. It's just few.
Or you can get a script like I've got, a break-even script. As soon as you get 10 pips profit or whatever you set it to, it will move your stop to break even.
Press the button.
Where on MT5?
MT4.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got one on 4.
Did you write it yourself? Or did you
No,
download it?
I just found it. It's awesome actually. Like you just set it to, 10 pips, 15 pips, 20 pips, whatever you want, and then you can tell it where to move your stop. So 1 pip in profit, or just break even, or 2 pips, or whatever.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to make for MT5, but seems like a lot of people have contacted me and no one so far knows how to do it on MT5.
Okay.
Literally.
Have you had a look around on like
Do one on MT5 or kill?
Yeah, make scripts like on MT4.
What are you trying to do on MT5?
To make a script on MT5.
The script's already programmed in there.
No, like anything. Any script.
Oh, to make a script.
To program it.
Okay.
Yeah, like I've created a few MT4 ones for myself, which I use, which are just useful, like just simple ones that tell me what percentage and pips, so I know that a certain lot size,
Oh yeah.
so many pips is going to give me so many % return, so I enter based off that.
Yeah, I have that one. Like MT4, I have all kinds of scripts for MT4.
Yeah, MT5 is more difficult.
Difficult.
I wonder why it's such a good.
Language is slightly different, basically.
Got it, yeah.
Yeah. The code and stuff is a little bit different.
How do you code for beta traded OneQL or Python or something like that?
No, MQL.
In your MetaTrader, there's a MetaQuotes language editor button. Like in the top menu, like next to new order. You can click on that and then it brings up the code with the...
Hey, if anyone's new in the stream, if you just joined today or last week and you're wondering if we're not reading your questions, or if you say look at this, look at that, we're not looking at those things, you need to watch there's a video in the description, and that video tells you the rules, and once you understand those rules, you're going to have a seemingly amazing experience on the streams.
And give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's just like when you drive on the road, you see a red light, you stop, and your experience is amazing. But if you don't stop at a red light, your experience is going to go downhill really fast. So rules are there for good experiences.
Yeah, I'm at a red light right now.
I'm gonna go, man. Miss something, I know it. I need a coffee.
You don't drink tea,
No,
Chris?
no, I don't drink tea.
So I don't find the meaning of drinking.
Hey Mac, there's a lot of background noise on your mic.
No, give me 1 second.
Marcus underwater.
No, I'm by an island right now.
What's the logic behind wick fills? Logic behind wick fills is, you see this move down here? This was a wick on the higher time frame, right? But now you're looking at the smaller time frames. So in the smaller time frames, you see market structure. So I'm gonna go over how I looked at the cells. Basically, what I was looking at was, I explained this earlier too, that, okay, so first of all, we had this move down on gold, right? But before we had this move down on gold, gold was creating support on the 30-minute. Then this bearish candle broke it. This bearish candle stayed below it. Then this bullish candle closed bullish, but it stayed below the same support, right? So my whole idea was that, okay, well, if this 30-minute candle stays bearish, there's a higher chance for the next one to continue down too. So where will it head down to? Well, first target could be this wick, and the next target could be down to this area. So, you know, this candle came down and it took partial profits, and it just ended up going down based on this analysis, and it was a happy day. So if someone's asking GJ if it's bullish, GJ is bullish if it breaks above 139.200, because that's a resistance on GJ.
Yeah, and a lot of times when you look at your trades, if you follow the structure of the daily candle this late into the day, because we've already gone through basically almost 2 sessions, we should continue with structure unless there's something fundamental that changes that structure. That's the beauty of trading when you're watching the higher time frames. When you're intraday trading, you can pick up, you know, the trend and just look for the smaller time frames to match the overall higher time frames trend. And the reason why people think scalping is stressful is because they think you have to sit in front of your computer the whole entire day. Reason why we do 1 or 2 trades is because you get your return that you need. Maybe it's 1 or 2% or whatever it's going to be, but those trades will add up over the long term. And on top of that, there's a lot of times where you scalp a position for 10 or 15 pips and it runs longer, so your scalp turns into a swing trade. So there's a lot of misconceptions when people talk about scalping. I don't think we're scalpers. I think we look for 1 or 2 good opportunities on the smaller time frame, take our positions and leave. We don't sit in front of the computer for 8 hours trying to find positions all day. It's not profitable.
Yeah, staying on charts looking for positions all day, it's not profitable at all. That's true. I can vouch for that all day.
Anyone that wants that break-even script, I've just posted it on my free Telegram group, so go there and you can download it.
For MT4?
Yeah.
Simon, what's your Instagram?
Yeah, you gotta put that up there.
You need the Telegram. I mean, just go to Telegram and search SMBFX chat, I think it is.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
So, no, is it that one? No, it's not that one. That's the channel. I'm sure. Do SMBFX chat, Rakeel? Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta break this down for everybody.
I mean, or go to my website and you can get to it from there. There's a link on there.
Or show up at Simon's house.
Scroll down to the scroll down. There you go. Join now, free. Hit the grey box.
Oh.
Simon, who designed your website? I like the layout.
I did it. Well, it's a WordPress template, right? But yeah, I did the rest of it.
Oh, even that's a lot of work. The templates.
Yeah, it is a lot of work. Yeah.
It seems easy, but fuck, once you get into it, just like.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time.
How many are you in the office? We are 4 people sitting side by side in the office right now. Ted, as usual, comes late. Walks in late with 10 phones.
Yeah, that's me. I just show up. I was here at 6:30. I was just quiet. I was letting you guys talk.
I'm always in the background in the office, man.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Kevin's the backbencher.
I'll just sort of casually stroll in. That's why I never wanted to have an office. Like people always ask me, like, "Oh, have an office." It takes away from the idea of like, you know, you're able to do things, or you know, you have that freedom. Because like once we're done, like, I don't have to worry about driving anywhere. Like I go straight to the gym and stuff like that.
I completely agree with you. Like traders who have off-site office doesn't make any sense to me.
You're restricted. You know, you get restricted.
It's like having a 9 to 5.
Yo.
Someone in the Telegram chat has said that he'll make a break-even script for MT5 and share it.
Well, good luck. A lot of people have told me that.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do, send it over.
If you do, let me know.
I'll be happy to test it out.
All right.
Holy macaroni. Simon, we went from 400 members to 617.
I know, what?
In 20 minutes or 10 minutes. Look at that. Holy
Come on, guys. 6 more. I need to break 600.
That was a free plug. Simon, you over kill $100 for that free advertisement.
Funny, people always want indicators. I post charts and all people ask me is, what's that indicator in the top right hand corner?
Oh, Simon, you passed 600. It
nice.
shows 617, man. I joined it up. Let's pump the stats up.
Good man.
Yeah, your website looks good, man. It looks really nice.
All right. GJ. Garbage. GJ Garbage.
Yeah, GJ is struggling with that. Raja, but the way he's looking this gold chart right now, don't you see rejection on that 30 minutes? Like I was drawing something earlier.
Wait, so you think it's gonna go?
You see rejection, there's rejection, then there's rejection, there's rejection. So we can continue at least to test this area right here. You're looking for the McDonald arc.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're gonna probably come back up into this area around 8 o'clock, 8:15, and then the descent will start. The problem is these are hard areas to break, so that's why we really need some momentum to really break that. That's the problem. So this will probably, what you might find is you're gonna find another candle that's gonna do this. It's gonna fill that wick, create this top part, and then this will start happening, and then you'll get.
Yeah, I drew a green candle earlier with this wick, and that's what I was expecting to happen. But by 8 p.m., 8:30, you know, maybe we may have the full the push hard to the downside around 9:30. Right now, I'm out.
Is there any software you can refer
things that gonna do
to?
something.
Yeah, I think the retail sales numbers will give us some direction. Because I've been watching that pre-market data all morning just to see where it's at, and it went from being down 76 points to like being like only down 36. So it's been kind of gaining some strength.
Oh yeah, right. Like it keeps changing.
Yeah. And this is what happened yesterday too. Like yesterday it kept gaining strength all the way up before the open, and then gold just like died. Can't believe I never knew about that before. This is like mind blowing.
The good thing about GJ is it's holding that support pretty well over at 135, or sorry, 138,500, all the way to 138,300. So I think if we hold that support, there's a good opportunity for it to go up. A good opportunity for a buy would probably be above 138,750. I think on the 30 minutes, there's a good opportunity there. If we hold support here, it should rocket up. And you've got from like 750 all the way to like 950. You got 20 pips there, and then eventually to 139, 150. So you got another like 15 pips there. So the idea would be look at potentially taking positions above this area here. First target would be this area here, and then your final target would probably be this area over here at that point. So this would be your potential buy. This would be your TP1, and then this would be probably your TP2. Providing this area holds support. So that's what you'd probably have to work on, is once this holds support, you can then probably find a stop loss around here, and then you're basically going up. So that's all. It's an opportunity, it's an idea. If you're watching GJ, that's sort of what you'd be watching for, is if we do have that move and it holds support, then the idea would be to go up in through that range, because the idea is the overall range, or the overall momentum with GJ right now is bullish, so we should continue further up in that range. So we're more than likely going this way instead of back down this way, unless there's a fundamental change. So it's just something to keep in mind, that if you're looking for trades, you're looking for ideas, that's how you map out an idea.
Yes, sir.
Or you can be safe and wait to break 139 and then take trades after that.
Yeah. Maybe I will be waiting outside the bushes.
Shukriya.
Yeah. And also, if you look at gold, it's starting to move a bit as well.
Expecting 1482.
Yeah, that's what we expected on the smaller time frames. Get that arch going, so that you might find in the next half hour or so it might drop even further.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and you can
I really like how the 4 hours setting up.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can see GJ's pulling back into that range again. So like we said, that's the reason why we would look to take entries in this area here, not over here. Because when you do that, you take market orders, GJ pulls down further, now you're in a bigger drawdown. than just waiting for this all to change direction. You're waiting for all this to go bullish if you're looking for buys up.
Hey, Sinan. What's up? Alright. Oh. Do you think GJ will continue pushing down? I know it's in an uptrend. Do you think it will drop to 138? See, for GJ to continue pushing down, it needs to break below 138.500. Because if it can break below 138.5, yeah, I think Ted explained that too. Below 138.500, then you're coming into this whole range. But see how candle came down and just rejected that area, so it's holding the support. So when something like this is happening, you know that something big is about to come out. You know, and if you understand the political arena, you're like, okay, well, maybe there's something about Brexit that might come out, or someone might say something. What's this? AUD USD 30-minute free traffic target. If that's target, where are your entries? How are you going to map out your entries? Pure mathematics. Where will your entry be? Where will your stop loss be? Where will your take profit be? Because it's one thing to look at a chart and look left and draw an arrow, and then it's a whole another thing to take an entry. These are two completely different things. I will wait for a retest. That still doesn't answer the question. Ooh, this catch CPI as well. Cat CPI is going to move hard, man. Let's take a look at the daily here. Wow, this is retarded. If CPI is good as they're expecting, this support is going to break and this daily is going to turn bearish coming down. So I think a sell stop at 31900 or 944 would be good. But if that CPI is bad, then it's coming back up to 1.32, 360 area up here. Let's see how far that is. Oh, that's like 30 pips. That's going to move way more than 30 pips.
gold is running pretty good right now.
Gold is back.
Are you still holding sells?
No, I took sells right at the beginning because on the 15-minute candle, remember we talked about it would reject up at the top, so we'd had the McDonald's arch,
Right.
and then entry.
Okay.
Because we said that this candle would pop up a bit, and then it would start to go down.
Correct.
So
So if retail sales are bad,
it's going to continue
down. Correct.
Or sorry, retail sales have to be good for it to continue down. So it means the U.S. dollar is strengthening, so gold will
You
drop.
grabbed an entry to right at around 1480, 1482, right?
1480, 150. Yep, just off the 5-minute candles.
The retail sales went bad for the USA, then gold
will
spike
go
up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
This is McDonald's discussion.
Chris, what time is it here?
I was here just after 1 p.m.
Oh.
And it's cold and rainy.
Yeah, it's cold and raining here too.
Yeah, it's not good, man. That winter's definitely coming.
Ooh, Gonzo, nice chart. I like this analysis.
Here, man.
We were talking about this here too earlier.
Break below here will be doom.
Dun, 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 dun. 30 minutes. See, trading is so fun. Now you got 30 minutes for news and you just...
21 minutes.
Yeah, you just relax.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a look at USD CAD now. CAD news, right? As well.
Yeah, I was just looking at myself. I don't normally trade it, so I wasn't really that interested, but I was just seeing what could happen. It's good sport.
I'm trying to get a news feed up on YouTube stream here. Trying to figure out how to go about that.
What, have it on there live?
Yeah.
Oh, I see, that's what I did.
Add source, add web page. Let's see.
USD CAD's gonna go down.
Seems like it.
There's two different movies, right?
Oh, there we go. Ah, there we go. Got it. We have live news now. It's not working the way I expected it to.
forecast is 0.2% last month. Was negative. I mean, it's like 0%.
Wow, look at that. Gold is coming down. The only thing is, if gold comes down to 1478, 1479 before the news, then it might get a little rocky. Because if news is good, it can just go boop, like a big blip
that's
down.
what I'm watching right now. So I don't like what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't like the move is happening before.
Yeah, because you get that. Because sometimes gold gets that fast move down to where you want.
Right. I mean, it can happen. It just rip right through it.
Yeah.
But sometimes I go to get it. It happens just before, and then it goes the way. It's like goes the opposite way first.
Right, but no whiplash or nothing. Just
Yeah. I'm in. My stops are in break even again. So okay. I was expecting it.
Entered again, Ted. You said.
Oh yeah. Off the new 8 o'clock candle. Remember we said the McDonald's arch.
Yeah.
As soon as we failed to break this area here, the rakeel highlighted.
Yeah.
I started taking entries in over here, so I got in at 1481.50.
Oh, good work, man. Nice.
I got it at 1480, 80, almost 1481.
Yeah, so it's like now I'll just wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna set my stops for break even.
I got in at 1480.88.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, right off the 5-minute candle, right?
Yeah, when it pulled back a little bit.
Yep.
Just tried to get a little bit of position. I'm break even now though.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna break even as well. I got in at 1480.90.
Yep. It's
up well 6 pips.
I'm sitting back. My stop is in break even, so I'm okay.
I'm not gonna put it right now. I might just wait 5 minutes before news for setting up the stops.
It's almost still in.
So what?
No. I didn't know if you went in as well, did you? Or...
No. I'm eating lunch right now.
Yeah.
What are you eating?
Chicken, veg, and rice.
Nice.
It'd be a nice opportunity to close.
Getting back to that level at first.
Yeah, it's gotten back to 1479 again.
Yeah.
So this is the point where if you're in this trade and you want to get out before the news, this is the times you start to look to evaluate where we are in the overall trend and where we think possibly we could move down to. So technically, once we come down over to here, you have to make a decision. Do I want to hold the trade or do I want to exit before the news? That's what you'll have to think about when you're in this trade right now with gold, because we're coming back down over to here, and more than likely gold is not going to break this level before the news. So you have to now take that into consideration, and you have to say, listen, do I want to get out and secure profit, or do I believe I want to hold and it's going to break this, and my stop at break even or whatever, I don't care about this profit. So this is the mental game you have to play with yourself as a trader. Am I comfortable taking profit now, or am I comfortable with breaking even if news spikes it back up and I end up losing my trade, or sorry, breaking even on the trade, but losing profit? So you have to make that determination that more than likely we're not going to go really further down below this level.
Especially when you got the new 15 opening as well.
So it's just something to keep in mind. People don't evaluate that idea, but this is something you have to evaluate as you're trading before the news is, hey, I have a good profit right now. I can avoid everything at this point.
Definitely don't enter now.
That's right. This is what you have to battle with every single day as a trader, is what am I looking for and what am I comfortable with? And you have to be able to know this without hesitation. If you're sitting here, sort of, I guess what the word is, trying to figure it out, or you're worried about something, then you have to exit and you have to turn around and just let the trade go. You can't turn around and sit here and say, I don't know what I want to do. You have to have a clear, definite idea of what you want to do based on your risk profile, based on how much profit you've done, and everything else. You can't turn around and sit and think about these things. They have to be automatic decisions. Yeah. Otherwise, you're just going to screw yourself over, and mentally, you're going to hurt yourself even more.
Yeah, you might have to do that, think about it, and then lose all
Yep.
the profit anyway.
Yep.
Oh wow! Look at that.
Yep. Don't put yourself in the position. 1 in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Wow.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a poker, right? Reference?
No, it's just an old fable. 1 bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Mm-hmm. My bad. I don't.
There's a poker one like that. Sure.
Wow. Good dropping.
We break through 1479, what would your take profit be? Well, it would probably be 1475.
I'm just hoping the news doesn't push it too quick past 78, because that was my entry point, what I was thinking for my plan today. But
I'll be more than comfortable at 1477.
yeah, I was thinking 78, 74 was my plan from this morning when I was looking, but it's kind of changed a little bit now. Right?
Yeah, 30, 40 pips now. That'll be good.
Take profit on gold. Take profit on gold.
You'll be crying.
Yep. If you're in trade, take profit in gold or secure profits.
Yep.
Don't be stupid, because gold has dropped a lot for you.
Yeah, secure profits, guys.
Just don't be stupid. Secure
You
profits.
might tap
How many people now?
1478 in the blink of an eye and
Just,
trade from there.
just another $5.
Yeah, I closed at 15 pips, and I'm gonna set maybe a sell.
Keep securing profits as it's dropping.
That's a good shout. Off that zone head.
Yeah. Keep securing. Right now, it can whip right back very fast. Keep securing profits.
Yeah, I closed.
There you go.
You didn't blow the candle.
The 5 minutes, little.
Get your new 5-minute candle. I'm flying now.
Yeah, right there. You see?
This is heavy. This is heavy.
Yeah, I closed.
I closed. Yeah, 15 pips. I'm good.
Yeah, I got 15 pips on that.
15 pips. Awesome, bro.
We literally broke down gold twice today.
Yeah. The same thing, right? The same analysis.
Step by step.
Identical.
We got that juice.
Now, I've secured, and I'll let the trade run through the news. I don't give a shit what happens.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. There you go.
Like clockwork, man.
Right.
Yeah, thing with news.
Setting up for the news.
Yeah, even with the stop at break even, sometimes you're gonna get clipped.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, of course they're gonna move that entry.
There's so many people now counting up. Shall I close now? Shall I close now?
Look, UJ did nothing today. GJ did nothing today.
Yeah, TJ was a mess.
EJ also nothing.
Yeah, it could push up right around 9 p.m. 10 p.m.
About 3 or 4 hours.
yesterday.
Probably around London close, maybe we might make a
Like, look at
Is
that.
Rakeel here?
Yep.
No?
No, this is Raja.
Coach Raja, what's your bias for cat news?
Cat
Come on,
news.
send a chart.
I was looking at the daily and I was like, you know, like they're expecting bad numbers. So I don't know, like the daily, it's bouncing off support. It also looks like if it breaks below the support, it's going to fill the wick down. But just looking at it, I just don't know. I'd have a...
Well, we're going with momentum. It's going to go bearish. But...
Yeah. Yeah, the weekly is also... Oh, yeah, weekly is also bearish.
Wow, look at that fucking whip.
Wow, look at that.
Oh yeah.
It's setting up for the news.
Hey, Ted has a secret.
Listen, when Ted says close,
Close.
That's pretty obvious off that zone.
That's why you close.
Try and tell people, but nobody listens.
Oh, what the fuck with the GJ? Wow.
Yeah, man, that's gonna hopefully.
Wow, what the fuck?
Whoa.
Oh, my price got
Pushed
That's
up.
Brexit.
Pushed up.
Yeah.
That's Brexit. Oh.
It's like 70 pips.
Buy stop activated. Oh
Buy stop
shit.
Buy stop activated.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. Alright.
Yeah.
Closed it.
It was nice.
Wow.
That's awesome.
139.
Awesome. Yeah, I made really nice gains.
139, 200 was great.
Yeah, look at gold right
And
now.
gold, yeah, gold.
Oh, gold is dropping.
Oh my god. What do we do? What do we do?
What do you do?
That's crazy.
What do we do? I literally, my buy stop got activated on gold, and I was like, what the hell, 80 pips? I'm like, where'd that come from? I'm like, okay. Oh, gold's dropping too. Oh my god.
I've got so many pips, I don't know what to do. This is the whole one.
Wow.
I gotta quit trading. This is too hard. I can't keep up with the profit.
GJ
Wow.
pushed 100 fucking pips. in
Yeah,
less
this is
I know, I just picked up 80
insane.
pips on that sell stop, or the buy stop, because remember we were talking about
Wow.
ranges that we were...
Vladimir,
Yeah.
join Forex family?
Oh.
No. He's not Russian, dude.
Oh, what do we do? What do we do?
I want perish.
Damn.
Wow.
What do we do now?
Like, I traded for 2 seconds today. 2 seconds. And made 10%.
Wow.
GG's still going on.
I'm gonna close my GG. That's it.
Oh man, gold's gonna die.
I'm holding it.
Yeah, gold's gonna slow down there. But what happened with the GJ? How we pushed it up that much?
They still have a conversation with the Brexit stuff.
Yeah, breaking GBP USD, breaking above. Yeah, no, nothing.
Yeah, I've been holding this one for a while, I think. Well, I tried to.
As sources say, stumbling blocks removed.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Is it still going?
Yeah.
Not
Man, I just closed. Wow.
I got like 15 pips from my buy stop, and that's it.
Oh my god.
Even Ted's astounded, man.
Yeah, this is nuts. Like, I'm getting 80 pips every day on GJ for doing nothing. And we even...
For doing nothing? What do you mean for doing nothing?
No, but we just put the stops in, the buy stops.
Just wait. That's it.
Yeah.
Did we talk about those buy stops today?
Yeah, I told everybody where to go, where we're at to put the range. I said, take buy stops above this area.
It's even in the chat, I'll put more at 39.175.
Yeah, I said take a buy stop here to fill this range here, and if you wanted to get comfortable, you can fill this range here, or if you're super scared, buy stops above here.
It was... I looked at it, I'm like, it got activated, it pulled down 2 pips, and boom!
And look at gold.
Yeah, like,
wow,
let it fly now.
Damn.
I don't even know what to do anymore.
Well, gold is
Yeah.
Gold's dumping too.
Now get ready for CAD to fly.
You guys chipping as well still.
Well, I'm thinking gold retail sales is just gonna be good.
Yeah, definitely.
The UK deal negotiations before
Holy fuck.
Did something as they left.
There you go. Main stumbling block has been removed. DUP accepted proposals.
Yeah, I've just got that as well. That's it. So
Wow.
Then GBP, JPY is going to the 140.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
It's Gonzo, man. This was a...
I just closed it anyways. I don't care.
This is like too much.
This is stupid. I made way
I
too
don't
much.
care, I'll go find the condo.
Yeah, like...
Wow.
Dude, that's so good. Welcome to Miami, Tech.
What's
Yeah,
this?
at this rate, I'm going to be able to get that condo.
What's this? UJ moving. UJ didn't move.
Yeah, JJ is moving like 2 pips.
UJ moved 7 pips.
Now it's
I don't even know what to do anymore. Gold, I had sell stops at 1477 and I took them off.
Yeah, we may have a pullback release the release of the news and then another push to the downside.
I mean, it's only 4 minutes left.
Yeah. That's right. before the third again can close, it's gonna leave maybe a long way down.
I don't like how it's setting. I think it's probably gonna fly up.
I haven't closed this is amazing, man.
You know what I'm gonna do after this news? I'm gonna shut down the stream. This is to save everyone from overtrading.
Yeah, that's a good idea though.
You know, like, fuck, man, gold move, GJ was a 40 pip move, man.
GJ was 100 pips again.
Yeah, but like, above from that buy stop, it was 40 pips.
Yeah.
Nearly more, I think.
Damn.
Or was it 175? My boss.
This is like, Kevon would say, God damn.
This was fucking amazing.
Wow, man. Like, when you really understand price act, man, this is just can't believe it.
I managed to get 56 pips on that, GJ.
I don't want to say
I
that.
got only 10. 8.
Yeah.
It'll count, man.
Alright.
Yeah, alright, sell stops. It is.
That was, oh yeah, that was JP.
And if news is good, I think the news comes out as good. This is a really powerful setup right now.
Yeah, put buy stops below 1477.
Yes,
Or sorry, sell stops below 1477 now because it just ripped up 5 minutes before the news.
Yeah.
And if you're holding gold sells, you could have a really, really nice trade here.
Yeah, it's setting up nicely.
But at the same time, it can go up too, so understand
Right.
that.
I mean, I'm just gonna go for one, not two.
What do you think, that's 74 as far as that's it?
Yeah, I think if you put in buy stops at 1477 and go to 74, I think we should be good if it does drop.
I think with that type of level, it should be enough.
That's no stop, right? 1477.
Yes, so below 1477, let it rip through.
Yeah, that's what I got.
That GJ tapped in that same level talked about this morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought GJ wasn't gonna do shit. So, to be honest, I don't know what that came.
I learned my lesson. Always put buy stops in with GJ when there's Brexit news because it's gonna fly up.
Yeah, there was like a lot of shit going on today.
it's rare, like me and someone was saying earlier, it's rare that any of those kind of news, it makes it go down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, 29 seconds.
Right, let's see then.
The only thing is it's at that support.
Well, that's
Gold.
the thing. So this will be the catalyst to break it.
Yeah.
So.
That's a pullback, and then
GJ's been
Oh wow!
This is fucking amazing.
Goals. Oh man.
Oh, there we go. Come on, let's get that.
Holy.
Oh, gold is pushing up.
Oh shit.
okay, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
See?
What a fuck.
Wow.
You see, that's the thing.
Look at GJ.
Oh wow.
Look at GJ. That's why you take profits on GJ.
Okay, well, I'm in my sell stop on gold. That's fine. So there we go. Perfect.
I saw something not get activated, so.
Yep. Don't care.
Don't care.
Enough with GJ.
Yeah, we banned today.
Wow, GJ just ripped. Oh my.
Alex, are you on GBP CAD?
I'm not in. I don't trade news like right now.
Man.
Oh, that didn't
Ripped down and left that wick.
that didn't move at all either.
Well, retail sales was horrible.
It just spiked.
Retail sales, let me see what it's down to.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Hello, Mr. Trump. Can we make gold trade again?
Wow, GJ just ripped right back down in like what 1 5-minute candle.
But it's gonna fill the way.
Move 100 pips up, 100 pips down, and now it's going to move 100 pips up again.
What with a dildo?
In a minute. In a minute.
Happy I closed.
Well, bad. Negative 0.1%.
Oh, it's so hard to take energy.
Wow, I thought it was gonna be like good news.
That's okay. We got GJ.
Anyway, we called 2 gold trades today. They were both bump. So, and I don't know how the fuck you got that GJ spike, but you got it.
Yeah, buy stops.
Buy stops.
Yeah.
Yeah, we said buy stops.
that gold that's quite a good zone to come back to the news.
Everyone said buy stops, and if the 30-minute support held, which it did, it would rocket up.
Yeah, there was an ATM in mine now.
Alright, I'm done for the day. Goodbye, guys.
Take care, have fun.
Have a nice day.
Nice day, Mac. Take care, buddy.
Mac is out.
Raja, it will go back up to 1483. I don't know and I don't care where it goes.
I think you're in a drawdown.
I closed my gold.
Yep.
Oh, is everyone leaving?
You know what's interesting?
You think the gold won't move in the next 1 hour and your stock open?
Probably
touch it now, man.
There's no point. I mean, we did enough damage already. It's like 8:30, and I've done like 100k in a half an hour.
Oh.
It'll fly.
Like there's no point. There's no point of trading anymore. Like I'm confused. Like it's so easy now with GJ just giving out like 100 pips in a 5-minute move. It's ridiculous.
You just got to be in it at the right time. That's it. It's all set there ready.
Yeah.
That support of 30 minutes is pretty obvious.
Because it's the same thing that happened when Brexit was being discussed. Every single time there was some news notification, it varied Brexit. It varied the pound. And this is the exact same thing that's happening the opposite way. It's just the last time we always said, oh man, we missed a 100 pip move. Now I'm just putting buy stops in to catch them. Because every time there's an announcement, it flies up 100 pips.
Yep. And even if you get snip, you still get 20.
That's what I mean. And because every time back in the summer we were talking about Brexit and we were missing those big moves because all that would happen is we would watch it happen. So I was like, man, I got to start putting in stops, and that's what I said. If we have momentum, there's no reason why it's not going to continue back into 141 eventually.
That's it.
You know what's interesting though? Looking at the data that's being released for the US dollar, it's really supporting another rate cut come the end of the month.
Yes.
Because all the data has been negative. Yes. And they were expecting growth if you listen to the press conference after. Yes. But they said they were willing to lower rates depending on, what they see happening. So if we go in with absolutely no deal and all this negative economic data coming out, that's supporting a further rate cut.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a rate cut anyway. It was already happening, I think. And that just confirms it.
Yeah, they were kind of undecided though if they wanted to split rates or not. If they wanted to cut rates again. Sorry.
Wow, what the? They dropped retail sales because they see consumers are shaky. Wow, what kind of manipulation is that?
I'm just watching GJ now.
But it's great because GJ will bounce right back to that support, so you can take positions again above 139.227 and just ride it.
Wow, what a good day.
Yeah. When you say when you're setting a stop, I mean I know you use different locks and stuff, but when you set a stop that far away, how do you then calculate your stop loss, for example, with something like that? Would you just use a generic 10 pips or something, or?
Well, the idea here with that stop loss with GJ, it would have been when I had my buy stop. My buy stop was at 138, 580, 138, and 138, 520.
Oh,
they both got activated. I'm looking for my stop loss is like 138, 400.
Oh, so
below the support at that point.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Because the idea too is you also know GJ is going to fly pretty hard, so I'm not expecting it to rip up and then rip down, right? Like you're never putting in a buy stop to say, we're going to rip down now, right? I'm putting in a buy stop on the anticipation that something's going to happen that's going to make it spike up hard, and I won't have an opportunity. Like the stop loss was never ever in jeopardy at that point.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, because it's the continuation of the move. That's
right.
Makes sense.
Gold going to break this resistance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, more than likely.
Oh, it looks like it's going back to 1490, 1488. If it does. Or this is a great place to sell.
Yeah, that's the other thing I'm looking at.
Yeah,
Oh, the
yeah,
market's
it's
like
really
80,
60
right?
selling GCAT at daily resistance. Yeah.
But yeah, everything hit daily resistance again. GJ as well.
I think we're gonna retest 1489 on gold, man.
Did you see what I wrote at 1 PM in the chat?
I should have held my buy stop on gold. There you go.
Big chance that gold's gonna hit
Oh
14.
wow.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see how it reacts around 1489, 1490 area.
Same.
Just because it would give us a really clean move back down after this big push up.
The issue is right now with gold, if we're at this level 1486 and we're holding, and unless this is a range, we're just creating a range here. So the issue becomes this. This now is sort of a range. Oh, sorry. Show the gold chart, because there's a range now with gold. So now this area becomes a range. So this candle is not enough confirmation that we're breaking out of that range. We need something to bounce off of here and then go back up. So what you may find is this candle may pull back a bit into the range towards the end of the hour. If it breaks out, then we're going back up to like 1494. But more than likely, I don't think this candle has enough juice to pull out of the range. So what you may find is this half hour, this candle here sits back into this area, and this candle right here will start to wick, and then it'll finish off over here, and then the decision will be made, hey, are we going to continue back up, or was this to get premium entries to go further back down?
Yeah, I would love to see that second option.
GJ ripped all the way back down.
And I'm probably sure it will rip back up.
Right.
Pretty sure.
Let's see.
Yeah, probably not yet, but it will.
It was another rumor though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. In 20 minutes,
Sources say.
Government currently speaks.
See, one news report comes out, and the next one comes out saying, suggestion a deal is nonsense. So hence why it jumped up, because someone said, yeah, we're close to a deal, and then the next news article literally said, no, there's no deal, and then came straight back down again.
Oh, fake news.
Yeah, fake news.
They broke for lunch. That was it. They broke for lunch, then all the news came out.
Just pumping it.
Imagine then real news what will happen if this was 100 pips. We are waiting for 200, 300.
I was talking about this yesterday, like the upside is going to be limited on GJ now if we get a deal, because of this huge move we've had this week. Like, it's not going to move another 1,000 pips if we get a deal.
It's not going to like 48, is it? That's the,
Yeah. But if we get a no deal, it will drop 1,000 pips.
Yeah, easily.
But the upside is limited now because of this huge move we've had this week, and it's all on nonsense.
Yeah. So you think that this move is on the anticipation of a deal being made, so they're pricing in a deal right now?
Well, if you're an institution and you're holding pound, right, you're going to be hedging against the fact that it's going to drop. So that's potentially what we've been seeing.
I think it is because it's been progressive and not like a big spike, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but all this move up is on hearsay. There's no facts.
There's a lot more positivity about it actually being done as well, though, isn't there? So it's getting finished. I know it's not signed and stuff, but it's going.
Yeah, there's just so many like moving parts. Like I said yesterday, Boris can, they can agree a deal with the EU. That's great, but they've still got to get it through the UK Parliament.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to be a big struggle, and that's what.
And half of the UK Parliament are already coming out and saying, "No, I don't agree with the deal. I won't be signing it." So
that's why they at least get the extension. I think they'll still get the deal eventually, but it's just I think there's more of a chance to get an extension because of that reason, not being able to agree in common.
Boris is for a hard Brexit, isn't he?
Yeah, but he can't do a hard Brexit anymore.
Not on his own, no.
Because he lost this court battle, which took that power away from him. So he can't just take us out with no deal.
Everyone's got to agree, basically.
But if the EU doesn't want to give an extension, right?
Yeah, well, then
wouldn't that be out of their hands?
Yeah, then we're in more uncertain times. Like, who knows what's going to happen then?
It's like UK Parliament can vote on whatever they want, but if the EU is like, oh, no, you've already had too much time and you guys can't agree on anything, we're done waiting.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, plan before I know.
All 27 member states need to agree to an extension. The issue is if we are granted an extension and Boris Johnson doesn't want that, all of his pals will have to pay tax on their hidden investments and what have you, because in January an EU rule comes out which they would be forced to declare offshore bank accounts and things like that. So we're coming out whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. There's an EU law which comes into force in January, which means that everybody's going to have to declare offshore bank accounts and James Rees-Mogg and all of those guys, all loaded and hidden bank accounts all over the place. They'll have to declare all of those banks, so they'll be paying millions in tax.
Yeah.
Hey, Simon.
Hello.
From my understanding, like, okay, obviously Brexit, not Simon or whoever it was, Anthony. Sorry. Listen though. So like, from my understanding, right, Brexit is a no-deal Brexit, but hard Brexit, to me, unless I'm wrong, isn't it the Irish border to be if it's hard or not? Like, meaning like it's gonna have like people with guns and shit. Hard border. That's what I get. Am I wrong?
Yeah, that's what they're all whinging about, is the Irish backstop.
Okay. Cool. That's what I was thinking.
It's the whole thing's just a load of bollocks.
Yes. I mean, I was just making sure because, bro, I'm all about Brexit because GCAN's my peer, so I'm on top of everything. So, but yeah, that's what I thought. Cool. Thanks.
How do you guys that live over there feel about it?
I just want it to be over and done with. To be honest, it's going to make no difference. I personally think I don't see any difference whatsoever. Maybe for input.
I mean, it wouldn't affect the people talking unless they're like UK living in London, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever the thing is, the EU residents, citizens living in. So it's good. Only if you're like.
I think it's only going to affect maybe like import-export stuff slightly.
Yes.
But overall, for a lot of people, it should make no difference. They ain't going to make no. I just can't wait for it to be done. To be honest, so I can gain some bits. I mean, that's all it is. Because as soon as it's done, we know what's happening, and then we can start playing like normal again.
Yeah, from what I've been reading, because it was saying that the UK is already feeling the effects of Brexit. So from here, it's like you guys are already feeling it.
Well,
it really wouldn't make too big of a difference for you.
I don't think, for me personally, I don't think like. But I mean, I'm sure they say that there's things that things are going to be more expensive and stuff. Which, to be honest, that's just general. That happens all the time. They're all in this position anyway, but that's more expensive. So, yeah.
Interesting.
I can't see what it's going to change massively for us, like individuals. What do you think, Anne? What do you reckon it's going to? Do you think it's going to affect anything?
Well, as long as I can get my blood pressure tablets, I'm okay.
Well, that's what they said about medication and stuff, didn't they? About potentially having a lot more. I can't see how that's going to happen.
I asked the doctor, I said, can I have 3 months supply? And he went, no.
No, we're leaving it easy. You're done now, mate. Unlucky.
Yes, that's it.
Mike said, well, I didn't get his blood pressure pills.
Yeah.
gold is still looking nice, so if it doesn't reject in the next 14 minutes, it could be a trend reverse.
Okay, no, G.
I don't think we are.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Have
But
anything on
it's
gold
gold.
right now.
Yeah, yeah, but it's gold, so you never know.
Best thing you can do right now, just turn on your computer and jump.
Yeah. Serge, what was my prediction last night? It will touch 89 and continue down.
Yeah, that was last night.
Yeah, this was last night. Let's see. Maybe a good idea could be another buy stop at GJ, because
yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
Keep putting them in for sure.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Above candles, below candles. Don't forget the sell stops as well, though.
Yeah, too.
Because I'll tell you, the sales are going to be the ones that shift.
Yeah, the sales could come
If
back
it
at
goes
least
wrong, it's
at
gonna-
least 39 for 50.
Oh, man. If it goes down, it could go back way far.
It will eat up the daily week if it's going down. But it's going
And
up.
I love selling because it seems like the bear moves are a lot quicker than the bull moves.
Yeah, because it's fear, right?
I love it.
That's a fact. What goes up must come down.
Yeah.
But
But
comes
Comes down harder.
sales are always quicker because this fear comes in and people are dumping positions like quick.
I'm a better trader on sells than I'm at buys.
I don't know. I love buys.
Bro, me too. You funny you say that, bro. I'm married to like GBP bearish bias. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'm a better short seller than I am a buyer. I see shorts a lot easier than I do buys. I don't know why.
I don't know, but I'm all about buys. I don't know why.
Used to trade penny stocks?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. I think you know what, I'm just a pessimist.
Like 1 minute GJ was 60 pips. 1 minute. And the second one was
yeah, on that first move, I literally watched it come back. I was on 5 minutes and I watched it come
I was just thinking to take entry, and I was like, maybe it will go down and stop me out. No. And I was thinking about going a bit higher lot. If I did, I would make a fortune.
Well, see, the problem is people don't know, they don't understand the difference between a spike and a move.
Yeah. This was a spike.
It's a spike. You have to get out as soon as it tops out. Like as soon as you see like 30, 40, 50 pips profit, you have to get out. Now the difference is if you were already holding GJ and you were 30 pips in profit, say for example you're holding GJ from like 138. This spike for you is nothing. It's not relevant, right? Unless it's hitting your take profit point. But the problem is nobody was holding GJ from down over here. Everybody got in right over here, and when it spiked up, you sort of had to get out at that point. But people don't do that. They look at it and they're like, oh, I want to hold. And it's like, no, you don't hold an initial entry. You can't do that because you're going to burn yourself. Your initial entry has to come from gradual movement, not a spike up. Because there's always going to be a pull back down the opposite way. Because think about it this way: if this is the actual move, only maybe, say, or for argument's sake, 25% of institutions got in, right? They were the first ones in. Everyone else is coming in second. But now look at the drawdown you have, and this move is not going to be a straight, clear move up. It's going to bounce around, and then the next candle is going to go up a bit more. Then the next candle is going to go back up a bit more and back up a bit more. Now, if you take an entry over here and your stop loss is over here, this is where you gradually ride that up. And you can have a nice, clean, like solid move. And then when it spikes up again, then what you already have this covered, so your stop loss is over here, and then you can ride through all this and whatever it does. But you can't ride through a spike, especially with GJ, because it's just going to pull right back down. And people trying to hold GJ, it just doesn't make any sense. When you get this spike, this is your blessing. This is when you exit the trade and you're like, hey, I'm done. Because literally as soon as I saw the spike, I closed, because it was like at 60, 70 pips, right?
I got only 10 pips, but
yeah,
because my stop was 39,350.
Right, but that's what I mean, right? So it's different when you look at the way the trades are going, right?
Yeah.
I made a mistake in it, to be fair, because I only closed partials on that spike, and I thought maybe it wouldn't come back that far, because I think it 160, 175 or something I got in, and I thought it might not come back that far. It still did, and that was 60 something.
Look at that move on.
The gold is pushing.
Yeah, gold pushed hard. So
Yeah.
pushed out of that range now.
This is going to be interesting.
Now, I would even take a buy if this holds.
No, you can't take a buy, because I think.
Not yet.
Not gone too far now.
If we have a confirmation for.
I'd have to see what happens at 90. I think just above 90, 90 and a half.
One candle. Wow.
Yeah.
It could reject anywhere here, so just wait.
Yep. Yeah. This is the major resistance now. So.
Yep.
Like 1491 looks like an area of rejection.
But don't try and sell it either. No one hit sell.
Yeah.
Because this could just go.
Yep. 95 straight.
Yeah.
Flip the daily, flip the weekly, flip everything. Yeah, but the daily is already bullish AF. It's looking like going into ranging again. We'll see if it breaks. This was a nice rejection.
Big move. Mirroring yesterday.
Alright, I'm done for the day.
Good job, Kevon. What were you buying, selling?
I was buying.
Nice.
What, GJ or
negative?
Or gold?
We have to push. I think we're just gonna pull back right here in this resistance.
No, I don't think. I think we're gonna go at least.
We got like.
How I see the gold now, it will probably reject this and go straight down like it didn't this week, or it will just go to the 95, 1495 and it will range about.
Like between 1493 and 1490, we'll probably see a pullback in those areas, and then we're gonna go lower.
Yeah, just wait and see what how this 4 hour candle finishes up in like an hour.
The daily candle's gone back into like consolidation.
Yep.
Not coming back down anymore now. It's going to sit at consolidation, and Kavon's right. It's probably going to go to 1491, 1492, and then just hover.
Yeah, that's for 1490. 1490.
Did not like that retail data.
I had an idea to buy gold, but everybody was speaking like sell. So
well, the thing is, before the news, it spiked up in that 5-minute candle. If it kept dropping where we had that support area, then it dropped that support area. The buy was accurate, because why would we be pushing down before the news? Rakeel even said
yeah. I was thinking about it.
It spiked down, and then it confused everything, and then it spiked back up, and the spike down happened as the Brexit news came out, so there was a whole bunch of confusion there. But yeah, you can see like Rakeel had the zone properly mapped out, and we said close your cells once you got to here, and we hit that level. And then it was only once this area broke we would take more cells down there. But since it didn't break, you're in that range there, and as soon as it spikes above that, yeah, you could have taken buys at that point.
Choo choo, running a train. Dun, 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 choo choo. No one to blame. Choo choo.
DJ is now sitting and creating support at this level, so it'll be interesting to see how it reacts.
If you bought gold on the major support down there, you could catch 130 pips.
Oh yeah, definitely.
In 1 hour. In 1 hour.
Yeah, but like, where was your confirmation?
Yeah, that's it. You would need to aggressive in entry and bigger stop loss because of it could push up.
Yeah, I think.
In all honesty, there's no way for you to caught that move, because even if we said 1479 was major support, the next candle was a bearish candle, and then this bullish candle came out of nowhere with really no idea, unless you're putting buy stops above 1484.
I was thinking, because the gold dropped last 2 days, and everybody is thinking it will drop, and everybody is hoping for the drop, and then I know gold is fuck you, bear, and I thought everybody's thinking it will go down, so probably they will fuck us up, probably today range, but about 1495 for Friday or Thursday going back down.
There's this guy.
Look at that 30-minute candle, man. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
100 pips.
Yeah, there's someone, he said it right in the chat here. They said that only Instagram traders caught the best entries today.
Yeah.
No, I mean, because, like, I mean, yeah, if you caught the gold buy, I'm happy for you. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm never going to be upset if people make money. But what I'm saying is, the logic behind the move doesn't make sense, and if you play that way all the time, you're going to get burned more than you're going to make. Like, it's sort of like blackjack. If you're going to continuously stand on 16 when the dealer's showing a 10, you're going to get burned a lot more times than you're going to make, because the one time the dealer flips over like a 5 underneath the 10 and has 15, and you didn't take the plus card, and the dealer took the plus card, you're gonna be like, I'm a hero. And then there's a whole bunch of times where you show 16 and the next card comes out as a 5, 4, or 3, and that would have improved your hand. It's like you have to stick with the playbook. You have to stick with what makes sense overall. And yeah, could you have caught this move? Of course. Put a buy stop above 1484. You ride it to 1490. Why not, right? Like, I mean, but did it make sense from a I guess a structure standpoint? The only thing that you could have said is, this is major support here, this area here is major support, and I don't believe we're going further down. And it's like, well, at the time that we were at major support, the daily candle was bearish. And I go on the basis that if the daily candle's bearish, we're continuing down. This is a 1 out of 10 opportunity. So, I mean, you know, like, you can look at it, and if you caught it, great, congratulations. But there was nothing in my playbook to say that this was going to go up. And if it did, hey, great, you caught the move. I'm not going to disagree with it, but just for me, I would have never been able to catch this move, and I'm good with that. I admit that all day. I could never caught this trade. It did not make sense to me at all.
No, because the play was the 2 before. Simple as that. I think the 2 sells for the that's the play of the day. That's how you should be doing it. But cool if you got it for sure. But,
hey Ted.
Yep.
Just a quick questions. I know, buys didn't make sense for me too, but because I placed a sell stop for the news at 1476.5, I placed a buy stop as well at 1482.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Oh,
yeah. It closed at 15 pips, but if you look on the 15-minute, my question was, would you place a buy stop above the previous? Not. So when just 1 second, I'll drop. So when this 15-minute closed, and then it started to make a wick down, would you place a buy stop just above this week? And then your stop loss would be below this week for continuing.
You can, because essentially what you're saying is you're going from basically 1487 to 1490, because at 1490, like right where we are right now, there's a big rejection candle on the 15. So if that's your play, then it makes sense, because this rejection at the last 15-minute candle matches up over here. There's a 15-minute candle zone that it's trying to push through. So yeah, so it makes sense if that's your idea. If you're saying, hey, I'm just moving from effectively I'm grabbing this move, and I believe that's what's going to happen, and then my stop is over here, it's perfect, because basically you have, this is your risk, right, and then this is your reward. So that makes perfect sense. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a great trade because you're able to say to yourself, hey, I've mapped out everything. The problem is people would turn around and start taking buys over here, right? You start taking buys over here and you have no target. That's what gets you into trouble because now you don't know if this risk is valid or this take profit is valid.
Yeah.
So that's all. But yeah, no, it makes total sense. I've done that a lot too, where I've looked to the left and I've seen like a zone, and it's like, oh, it's probably going to go to that zone.
Like buys didn't make sense for me at all. Even yesterday, I didn't take any buys on gold. Even today, I didn't take any buys. But because I placed the sell stop for the news, I placed the buy stop. So yeah, okay. Thanks for.
Yeah, no problem. But I mean, it makes total sense, right? It's just with gold, because it moves so fast, you can catch those moves in like a 5-minute candle, or you turn around and you can catch it like in one 15-minute candle, and then you're done your trade. I've done that numerous times where my trades lasted like 6 minutes, 5 minutes, and I've caught like 30 pips or 40 pips, and that's fine because that's the way gold moves. And you're smart if you play gold that way, because you can be like, hey, this next 15-minute candle that happens here, it can vary right back down again. Like you could see, like we could go right back there, and with no reason, it just drops.
Yeah.
So it's good that if you're able to target things out and you know you can get out before the 15-minute candle close, it works out perfectly for you.
What a day today.
Rakeel, can you just flick to the 1 hour on gold? Yeah, so I don't know if you can see this. Oh, wrong, hold on. So for me, this 1 hour candle has just closed through this range. And this 1 hour has just pulled down, done a retest.
Yeah.
So you could have caught a few pips off that, but I'm still not convinced it's going to fill all the way up here. So I'm going to wait. That's why I said wait for the 4 hour, because if the 4 hour closes back under here,
yeah, then you've got
down here, then we're just like you said, just gonna probably range around for a while.
Yeah. So what you're saying is this is another range gold has entered now.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. But like I said, if that 4 hour closes,
like if 1490 holds as support, which is what it is trying to do at the moment, then I mean technically it should fill up 1495. But again, wait for the 4 hour, because this 4 hour candle, this 1 hour candle could close, back down here, and that means the 4 hour has kind of rejected that zone. So I mean, hopefully you all took the gold sells earlier and you're done.
I'd like to see it probably come down to 1489 and a half and create some sort of structure. Because I think right now we're just too bullish. We don't really know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
There's not too much recent structure made that we can really go off of. So.
Choo choo, hop in.
My bias is bullish, but I'm not confident enough to buy right now.
Yeah, I don't think there's any entries right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Raja?
Hey.
I just saw you answered to my chat there.
Oh, yes.
My analysis. So I can quickly show you on the chart. If you go on GJ on the 30 minute, okay. So because I'm doing London, so I'll just draw. So that was this push here was London Open, and it was a fake out to the. I saw it as a fake out to the upside, and if you move now to the 15 minute. I'll show you my entry. So that was 8 o'clock push, a London Open, and then this 50-minute candle broke the support right here. So I thought to have a sell stop just below this 50-minute candle. But because I had FOMO in myself, I entered. So I to fill this range right here.
Yeah.
Okay. And then because I had FOMO, I entered. Price retraced. Okay, retraced. But I had, it doesn't make sense. It will definitely go down to fill this clear candle.
Yeah.
And then I closed at minus 12 pip. I said, okay, I won't risk, you know. And then the next 5 minutes, just literally, it just closed the 5 minute because I was watching the 5 minute as well. It just closed the 5 minute, and then the next 5 minutes just dropped 50 pips.
Oh yeah.
So I said, okay.
So what could you have done differently now that you're looking back at this trade?
I should have expected my sell stop, because my first thought was to place a sell stop below the previous 50-minute candle. But because of the FOMO I had, because I missed the gold sell in the morning, and I was like, oh god, I entered, but I should have listened to my thought to place a sell stop below the 50-minute candle to go into this range. So that would have been like, that would have played perfectly, because price retraced. That was 8:30. Price retraced, made a retest, and then just dropped 50 pips in 5 minutes. So I should have entered at either at retracement or either sell stop below the 5 minutes.
That's perfect. And I still think that your sell stop idea would have been perfectly played out, because I think the 5 minute just dropped after that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, look for,
yeah, it's kind of like the same trade you had on gold here, like your buy stop.
Yeah.
At 1482. Damn, that was sick.
Oh, yeah, I had buy stop at 1482.
Yeah.
And I closed 15 pips. I was okay with that. Like, I didn't risk much. I risked 1%, but it's, yeah, you know, it pissed me off that the next 5 minute dropped 50 pips, and then I got out at minus 12.
Hey man, it could have went against you like 100 pips, right?
Yeah, that's true as well.
At least your idea was right.
I'm hoping for the GJ push right in the next new 1 hour. I think it.
Yeah, there's meant to be some sort of
News.
conference or something at 3 p.m. So
Yeah.
just be careful.
Are they gonna stream it? Do you know if they're gonna stream that conference?
I have no idea.
Which one?
I'm just expecting. I think EU Barnier's got some I don't know, something to do with Brexit. They've pushed it back earlier in the day to 3 p.m. I don't know if that's to allow these negotiations to finish, so he's got something to report on. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's one that's
German Baba president.
It's not one that's on the news streams. Oh no, it was FOMC.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna head out. Have a nice day.
Take care. Have fun.
Take care. All right.
I think we're coming back down to test 1489 on gold.
1489, yeah. And if it sticks to that, I think we are going up. If it breaks down,
it needs to create support there. Just be careful, because this 4-hour candle flows all the way under this strong zone. 1490 is a huge zone. Like you go back on your 4-hour, it goes like back away.
Back away, all the way back.
See it now.
Man, if this daily candle turned bearish after this,
yeah,
swear to God.
it will be yeah. That's what I've said yesterday. Hoping touches up back and just continue going down.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We gotta form some sort of structure to have an idea of where we want to go. Like we did form a little bit of structure on like the 5-minute resisting 1490, 1491, but 1489 was a pretty tough level to break yesterday. So I mean, depending on how we form structure around there, you never know.
Man, the last 2 4-hour candles for GBP are ugly.
Yeah. I'm not taking any more trades today. I'm just watching it. Watching gold just to see it.
I have a small lot in GJ just in case if it spikes up. Stop loss is like 0.3%, so I don't care. I can only win.
Alright guys, I'm gonna head off.
Will you leave the host?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm gonna leave you the host, okay.
Yeah, I wanna stay to look GJ in the next 1 hour. If I push up, definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna have breakfast and start my day.
Yeah. Have a nice day, Raja. Enjoy.
You too. Take care.
Rakeel, you mind?
Take it easy, man.
Oh no, my son has the flu, so we can't go.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do jumping squats at home.
Nice.
I'm gonna open the gold chat and GJ chat.
Those cells looking lovely.